told the same thing for years. Just walk. Walk every day. Walking is the best exercise. And you listened. You go around the block. You walk at the mall. You tell yourself, I walked today, so I'm doing my part. But let me ask you something and answer honestly in your own mind. If walking is so perfect, why do your ankles feel wobbly, stiff, or sore after you walk? Why does one wrong step on a tiny rock or a cracked tile almost send you to the ground? Why are you still afraid of falling if you're doing everything right? Here's the truth nobody told you. If your ankles are weak, walking by itself can be a waste of time. Worse than a waste of time, it can quietly push you closer to that one bad step. The step that sprains your ankle, breaks your hip, or takes away your independence. I know that sounds harsh, but I care more about your safety than about being polite. Imagine this. You're walking down your driveway. A pebble is sitting there. Nothing dramatic, smaller than your fingernail. Your foot lands, your ankle rolls, and for one terrifying second, you feel your whole body tilt. Your heart jumps, your arms fly out. Maybe you catch yourself on a car, maybe you don't. That moment, that instant of feeling your ankle give way, is your warning light on the dashboard. It's your body saying, we are not as strong as we think we are. Or picture this, you're on your usual walk around the block. Halfway through, your ankles feel stiff. Your calves ache more than they used to. When you get home, you sit down and rub your feet because they feel heavy and tired. You tell yourself, well, I'm getting older. But deep down, you know something else. It doesn't feel right. If any of that sounds familiar, stay with me, because in this video, we're going to flip the script on walking. First, I'm going to give you a 30-second ankle test you can do right where you are. No equipment, no special shoes. That test will tell you very clearly whether your ankles are strong enough to support all the walking you're doing or whether you're walking on a shaky foundation. Then I'm going to give you 3 specific ankle moves, not random exercises, not a workout you'll never stick with. 3 simple, laser-targeted movements designed to wake up your ankles, rebuild strength, and protect you from that one bad step. You'll use them as a little pre-walk ritual every day. And the 3rd move? That one is your secret weapon against drop foot, the quiet problem that makes toes drag and seniors trip on rugs, thresholds, and sidewalk cracks. You can do it sitting in your favorite chair while you watch TV. Before we test anything, pause for a second and check in with yourself. Do your ankles ever feel stiff, swollen, or unstable after a walk? Do you trust your ankles on grass, gravel, or uneven ground? Or do you feel safer on flat indoor floors? If you feel brave enough, type yes or no in the comments when you watch this. You're not alone either way. And your honesty might encourage another senior to finally take this seriously. If you're ready to protect your ankles and make your walking actually work for you, not against you, hit that like button and subscribe to Senior Soul Care. This channel exists to keep you steady, safe, and independent. Now, let's talk about why walking itself doesn't fix weak ankles. Walking is wonderful. It helps your heart. It helps your brain. It boosts your mood. But walking is like driving a car. The car can be beautiful, the road can be smooth, but if the tires are bald and the bolts are loose, it doesn't matter how carefully you drive. The weak parts will fail first. Your ankles are those bolts and tires. They're the tiny joints that carry your entire weight each time your foot hits the ground. When you walk, your ankles must bend, absorb impact, stabilize your body, and then help push you forward. If they're strong and flexible, walking feels natural. If they're weak or stiff, everything else has to work harder to keep you upright. Your knees twist, your hips sway, your back tightens, your toes drag. Here's the scary part. Walking does not automatically strengthen the exact muscles that keep your ankles stable. Walking mostly uses the same groove over and over, small ranges of motion, the same pattern again and again. If your form is already poor, all you're doing is repeating that poor pattern thousands of times. It's like strengthening a bad habit. Research on older adults shows that specific foot and ankle exercises, not just general walking, are what improve balance, ankle strength, and reduce fall risk. When those little stabilizing muscles are trained directly, people are steadier, they recover better when they trip, and they are less likely to roll an ankle on uneven ground. So if you've been walking faithfully and still feel wobbly, it's not because walking is useless, it's because you skipped the foundation work. Nobody ever told you your ankles needed their own program. Let me give you 3 very clear warning signs that your ankles are failing you, even if you walk every day. Warning sign number 1, you shuffle. When you walk, are you pushing off with your toes or are you just dragging your feet forward? Listen to yourself on a hard floor. Do you hear a soft roll or a scuff, scuff, scuff sound? Shuffling happens when your calf muscles and ankle stabilizers don't have the strength or confidence to push off the ground. Your body tries to play it safe by keeping the foot glued close to the floor, but that actually makes you more likely to catch a toe. Warning sign number 2, you can't stand on one foot for even 2 or 3 seconds without wobbling. Try it sometime at the kitchen counter. You'll be shocked at how quickly your ankle starts to tremble or your hand flies to the counter. That little test exposes what walking can hide. If your ankle can't hold you steady for 3 seconds in place, imagine what it's doing with every step when you're moving forward. Warning sign number 3, your feet or calves ache after a short walk. Not a nice, I used my muscles, kind of tired, but a deep, nagging ache that makes you want to sit down as soon as you get home. That ache isn't just age, it's your feet and calves doing double duty, trying desperately to stabilize you because your ankles aren't doing their share. Now, here's the part most people get wrong. They think, okay, I'll just walk more. I'll toughen up. But if the problem is weakness in those little stabilizers, putting more miles on top of that is like driving farther on wobbly tires. You're not fixing anything. You're wearing them out faster. Let me tell you about 2 people so you can see the difference that ankle work makes. First, Dorothy. You already heard a bit of her story. 71 years old. Walked a mile every day. She believed in walking more than anyone. But she shuffled. Her stride slowly shrank. Her toes barely cleared the ground. That crack in the sidewalk didn't care how committed she was. Her toe caught, her ankle couldn't correct, and she went down. That fall stole 3 months of her life. Now meet Frank. He's 79. He also walks every day. But a year ago, he started to feel tippy on uneven ground. He had one scare in the yard when his ankle rolled in a small hole hidden under the grass. He caught himself on the fence, barely, and it shook him up. Frank could have ignored it. Instead, he asked for help. We tested his ankles. He failed the test I'm about to show you. We started a simple ankle routine before every walk. 3 moves, 5 minutes. 6 weeks later, we tested him again. His stork test time, how long he could stand on one foot, tripled. More important, he told me, I walked across the lawn yesterday without staring at my feet. I even chased my grandson a little. I haven't felt that sure on my feet in years. Dorothy and Frank both walked. The difference was that Frank fixed his foundation. Let's make sure you're more like Frank. We're going to do the 30-second ankle check together. If you don't feel safe standing, you can skip the test and go straight to the exercises. But if you can, this test is powerful. Stand near a solid counter or chair. Barefoot or in flat shoes is best, so you can really feel the floor. Put one or both hands hovering over the support. Not grabbing, just ready. Now, shift your weight onto your left leg. Lift your right foot just an inch off the ground. You don't have to lift high. Just enough that your weight is fully on that left ankle. Now I want you to look straight ahead, not at your feet, and count with me, slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did that feel? Did your ankle hold steady, or did it start shaking like crazy? Did you have to grab the counter right away? If you couldn't make it to 3 seconds without grabbing, your ankle is weak. If you could, but it was a struggle, you still have room for improvement. Now switch sides. Shift onto your right leg, lift the left foot an inch, and count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which side was worse? Most people have a bad ankle, usually the one they sprained years ago and never fully rehabbed. If one side felt much shakier, make a mental note. That is the side most likely to betray you on a bad step. If you failed that test, don't beat yourself up. Most seniors do, but now you know. And now we fix it. We're going to go through 3 moves. Think of them as your ankle coffee. They wake the joints and muscles up before you ask them to carry you on your walk. Move 1 is the seated ankle alphabet. This one is especially important if your ankles feel stiff in the morning. Sit in a sturdy chair. Scoot forward a bit so your feet are flat. Now lift your right foot slightly off the floor. Keep your knee mostly still. With your big toe, I want you to draw a huge capital letter A in the air. Then B, then C. Don't rush. Make the letters big and clear, like you're teaching a child how to write. As you do this, notice how your ankle has to move in all directions. Up, down, sideways, circles. You're gently exploring the full range of motion, not just the forward and back of walking. Keep going. D, E, F. If you feel a little crackling or popping, that's okay as long as there's no sharp pain. That's just your joint surfaces moving and lubricating. If something hurts sharply, make the letters smaller and slower. By the time you get to Z, that ankle is awake. Switch to the other foot and repeat. This entire drill takes about a minute per side. 1 minute to remind your ankle how to move like an ankle again. Move 2 is the calf raise with a pause. This is your strength builder. Stand up. Face the back of a chair or your kitchen counter. Lightly rest your fingertips there. Put your feet hip-width apart. Feel your whole foot on the floor. Now press down into the balls of your feet and rise up onto your toes. Don't lean forward. Think about growing taller. When you get as high as you comfortably can, freeze. Hold for a count of 1, 2. Feel the muscles in your calves and around your ankle working hard to keep you there. That little wobble? That's those stabilizers firing. Then slowly lower your heels back to the floor. Don't let gravity slam you down. Control it. We'll do that 10 times. Up, pause, down, up, pause, down. If 10 is too much, start with 5. If you feel strong, aim for 15. Quality over quantity. No bouncing. This move trains you to push the ground away, something you need for a powerful non-shuffling step. And research shows that calf strengthening in older adults improves balance and gait speed when combined with other ankle work. Now move 3, the one I don't want you to skip, the anti-trip exercise, toe taps or tibialis raises. You can do this standing with your back against a wall or sitting up tall in a chair. Keep your heels anchored on the floor. Now pull your toes up towards your shins as high as you can. Feel the front of your lower legs. The shins turn on. Then tap your toes back down lightly. Up, tap, up, tap, up, tap. We're going to do 20 fast repetitions. Don't fling your legs. The movement is at the ankle. Around rep 12 or 15, you'll feel a strong burn through the front of your shins. That's good. That's the tibialis anterior waking up, the exact muscle that lifts your forefoot when you swing your leg through in walking. When that muscle is weak, toes drag. When it's strong, they clear the ground. You can do this while watching TV, reading, or sitting on the edge of the bed. It's simple, but it is one of the best insurance policies against toe-catching falls. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Your ankles should feel more alive already, warmer, more aware. Now let's talk about how to restart walking safely with this new awareness. When you head out for your walk, whether it's around the block or down the hallway of your building, I want you to pay attention to 3 things. First, how you push. Instead of letting your body fall forward and your feet chase after you, gently push the ground away behind you with your big toe. Feel that little spring in your calf each step. That's your ankle doing its job. Second, how you land. Try to land with your heel gently and then roll through the foot to your toes, not slap your whole foot down like a brick. A a smooth heel-to-toe roll spreads the impact and keeps your joints happy. Third, where you're looking. If you're always staring at the ground, your posture collapses, your weight shifts forward onto your toes, and your ankles have a harder job. Instead, glance ahead 8 to 10 feet and trust your improved ankles to do their part. Keep your chest lifted like you have headlights on your collarbones shining forward, not down at the floor. In the beginning, stick to flatter, predictable surfaces. Smooth sidewalks, indoor hallways, grocery stores. As your ankles get stronger and your stork test time improves, then you can start including more challenging surfaces like grass, gravel, or gentle slopes. And don't be surprised if your walking speed improves naturally. Stronger ankles give you more push, and better stability lets your brain relax enough to allow a slightly faster pace. Now, let's clear up a few dangerous myths and mistakes. One big mistake is over-relying on high-top shoes or stiff ankle braces. These tools have their place, especially right after a sprain. But if you wear them all day, every day, they do the work your muscles should be doing. Over time, your ankles weaken even more. It's like putting your arm in a sling and never taking it out. Eventually, the arm shrinks. Another mistake is ignoring ankle swelling. If your ankles are consistently puffy at the end of the day, especially both of them, that can be a sign of heart, kidney, or circulation issues. Don't write it off as just old age. Bring it up with your doctor. Let a professional rule out bigger problems. A third mistake is walking through sharp ankle pain. There's a difference between muscle fatigue and joint pain. A burning in the muscle during toe taps? That's work. A sudden stab inside the joint when you step? That's danger. Stop, rest, ice, and if it doesn't settle down, get it checked. And one more subtle mistake: pride. A lot of older adults know deep down that their ankles are weak, but they think, I've lived this long, I'll be fine. Or, I don't want to look silly doing little exercises. Meanwhile, the risk climbs. There is nothing silly about protecting your independence. Let's bring this home. You've learned that walking on weak ankles is like driving on bald tires. Everything looks fine until one day, at the worst possible time, it isn't. You've learned 3 warning signs: shuffling, a wobbly one-leg stand, and aching feet or calves after short walks. You've done, or at least imagined, the stork test. If you couldn't hold that single-leg stance steady for 5 seconds, your ankles are not where they need to be. You now know 3 powerful moves: the ankle alphabet to wake up mobility, the calf raise with a pause to build strength and control, and the toe taps to stop toe dragging. Research in older adults shows that targeted ankle and foot exercises can significantly improve walking speed, balance, and confidence, and help reduce falls when done consistently. That means what you do in those few minutes before your walk truly matters. Use these moves as your daily ritual: coffee, then ankles, then walk, or TV, then toe taps. Make it part of who you are. This video is educational. It's not a substitute for your doctor or physical therapist. If you have severe swelling, recent fractures or sprains, uncontrolled pain, or complex medical conditions, talk to your healthcare provider before you start. Safety first, always. But don't let fear freeze you. Your ankles are the foundation of your freedom. When they are strong, the sidewalk is not your enemy. Grass is not your enemy. Stairs are not your enemy. The world feels open again. Don't settle for shuffling down the hallway with your eyes glued to the floor. You deserve better than that. Build your base. Lift your head. Trust your step again. If you did the stork test and realized your ankles are weaker than you thought, but you're ready to change that, hit that like button so you and others remember this is the day you started fixing it. Subscribe to Senior Soul Care for more step-by-step guides to keep you steady, strong, and independent. And in the comments, tell me honestly, did you pass the stork test? Type passed, failed, or working on it. Your comment might be the nudge another senior needs to stop pretending and start strengthening. A weak ankle today can become a strong, reliable ankle a month from now, if you start now. Every toe tap, every calf raise, every letter of that ankle alphabet is a step toward freedom. Thank you for trusting me with your walk. Now go strengthen those ankles, and then go enjoy your walk like you mean it.